Alright, so hey guys, so today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be installing the shifter mod for the Th8A shifter by 3D Wrap. Now what you will need is of course your actual shifter unit itself and the mod itself, which comes in a little plastic bag, and you also need your set, like a set of Allen keys or like a screwdriver that has Allen key bits. Preferably find one that has multiple different sizes because I don't know what the actual sizes for each screw at the minute. So first off, what you want to do is you just want to remove your shift knob, which you just twist to the left, and then just put that aside, out of the way. You should have 4 silver screws. Now I only have 2 of them in, which you can see here and here. So you have obviously these 2, plus you have one here and one here, so it's like a more of a rectangular shape. And pretty much just remove all 4 of them, and then just put those 2 screws kind of to the side. And then you can just remove the little metal kind of plate. Put that there for now, put that out of the way, and then you'll have like this like little black piece as well, which has another little screw here, so you need to remove that screw for it as well. Now just remember that this is a very small screw, so you want to make sure that you don't lose that, and remember to actually put it back in, and then this should all lift out. Now another thing I didn't know until I actually took this off is you can't really see it that well on here, but at the top of your little plastic bit there's actually a little chip on the back of it, like a little motherboard. So you'll need to try and get in and remove them 2 screws as well. Otherwise you're going to have to cut the cable. Now I don't actually know what this wire does. It shouldn't really do anything, but I would just remove it with this. I would actually just remove the screws instead of ripping the cable just to be safe. Also another thing, underneath it there's like 6 screws kind of holding on the little gator bit as well. Take that off, that'll make it even easier. Okay, as well, when you remove the motherboard you may manage to push it out from the top as well. I don't fully know what it does. It seems to have something like a little button on it, but I will not remove it just in case it does mess up your shifter. So you can remove your little gator as well. That's actually a good time if you ever felt like making your own one and replacing it or something, which you probably could do to be fair. But I'm not going to put that back on. I never did like it anyway. You barely even see them there. Now you can open up your little package that you got from 3D Wrap themselves. So first off you'll have like a little ring thing. A little kind of plastic 3D printed ring thing. You'll also get this big like block thing. This is like the main part of the mod itself. You will then also have like a little small package, kind of like a rolled up bit of plastic that's over it, so just open that up. Now what you will have in here is you'll have 2 little like bearings, I guess. I think that's what they call them. There's 2 of them, so put them instead. They're a bit greasy as well, so just be careful in your fingers if you don't want to get them covered in grease. You'll also get 2 kind of long screws which are to attach these little things. Then you get like a little smaller screw and a little you get 2 very small nuts, and then you get these like little 3D plastic things. Now what these pretty much do is they change like the resistance. Now each one is a different force of resistance, so what I'll do, I'm not going to go for each one in this video, but I will leave a direct link to a video that 3D Wrap themselves have already done on this. Is like a little 50-second video just telling you which ones are which. Pretty much just testing them. So if you haven't watched the video that I've linked in the description that shows you all the different forces, go check that out first, and then you want to select which ones of these are better for you. So for me, I'm going to go with 2 of the black ones, and also the S side, because that's the S side there. I don't know if you can see that well. You can kind of see there. That's like the second highest force that's available, which is like 1.5 kgs of force. So what you want to do is you just want to grab these 2 like longer screws, so those ones, and you're going to just screw them into like little small pieces that you've selected. Now what you want to do is you want to grab your main piece, which is this, like I just showed you earlier, and you want to grab your little washers and you want to just slide them in into it like that on both sides. You'll be like, there's like a little slot there, and it's the same on the other side. Just slot them in, and then pretty much just from the top you just slide in your little screws with the little plastic bits on them. Might take a little bit of aligning to get them set up right. And then do the other side. Now what you want to do then is flip it to the other side. Now just be careful in case these fall out the back. Now mine have went in well enough to where they won't. Also, just get your just grab your screwdriver and just push them in so as they're in properly. Now once you've done that, just flip it over and you're going to add in the other little black piece on this side. You can do one first. They're a little bit hard to get in, so it's a bit of a struggle. Not a bit of a struggle, but just it might take some fiddling around with to get in properly. Now there's one in, and then just tighten up that. Then just screw in that there the whole way. Now it's not going to go the whole way in unless you push like some force down on it. So make sure you've got a bit of force down on your screw, and then it'll keep spinning because obviously these are plastic parts. But you can kind of see in the edge there where the screws kind of come out. So you want that for both of the little screws. So do the second one, and then like I said, just make sure you put plenty of force when you're screwing it in. You don't need to put a lot of force in it, but just enough. And when you're doing that, you can look at the back too, just to make sure it's not turning around anymore. Or sorry, it's not going through anymore, I should say. It'll keep turning, but it won't go any further. So that's what you should have. Your little screws with your little plastic bits that you would have pushed on the top. And then you can't really see the plastic bits that well on the back, but you've got them there on both sides. Alright, so now you're going to actually put it on your shifter. Now you want to have this like kind of bit that sort of points forward, facing towards where your first, third, fifth and seventh gear would be, which for me is straight ahead. For most of you, if you haven't really twisted your shifter much, it'll be pointing towards this bit here. Now when you do put it down, it'll stop, but you have like your little cable here. Just kind of push that to the side and just give it a good push, hard push down. Okay, so once you've done that, just be aware. It may feel like it's not going to go on, but you really have to kind of give a good shove in. Be careful too, because you can cut yourself like I've just done. So a good way to figure out if it's working is just push it forward, and you'll feel it. You'll feel that that's the difference between what it was. Now it may feel like if you're trying to like test it, just make sure it's in the right way. You might need to hold on to this little silver just to see. Now obviously it works fine that way, but it's not going to stay in gear that way because obviously you haven't got your actual little metal plate back on. So now it's just a matter of reassembling everything. So this is where you either choose if you want to put your actual gear on, which is this little bit here. Now you might want to, if you want to like not see like the inside of the gear shifter, which it's not an eyesore, but looking at it now, I think I probably will put mine back on. So let me just quickly do that. Yeah, I just decided not to bother putting mine back on because it was just really awkward. So next you want to attach this little motherboard thingy back. So now it's not actually that hard to get back in. It's just really awkward because it's in such a hard spot. So next up, you actually need to add another little thing actually, which is this little thing that I forgot to put in. You're actually supposed to put it in before the black thing, but all you need is this screw here and one of the little small ones you can't really see it there. So what I want to do is there's like a little indentation there. If you can see it, we just want to insert that nut, and then once you've got that done, just slot in your screw and just screw it just a little bit so there's a little bit of a grip just to stop the nut from falling off. And then you just want to slide this down in. It may actually be harder to do with the screw on it. Okay, there we go. Now just slide that the whole way down. And it may be a little bit hard to see from here, but what you want to do is you need to tighten up the little screw again. So it might be a little bit awkward, because of the angle, but you should be able to do it anyway. Also another way when you're screwing this in, just push your shifter thing to the side like that, and there you have it. That's the mod pretty much installed itself. Now just make sure you have the little bit that we just slipped over here last, as tight as you can get it. Really, if you can put it before you put on this black plate, it'll give you a lot more space to work with. I didn't realize I forgot that you had to do that. So yeah, next up was just a matter of putting back on this like little plate and screwing it back on, which were these long black screws. Now I don't have my gator bit on, like I said, and it doesn't actually look bad, so it's completely up to yourself. It's more personal preference thing. It is. You can put it back on, it's just a lot more awkward to do, so just be aware of that, I suppose. So just put back on your 4 screws, and also just make sure your whole this like little H pattern part of it is straight with the front of your shifter. Now once you have all of your screws on, just reinstall your shift knob, which is just a twist to the right, and then there you have it. You can definitely feel the difference in it. Like, it's a lot harder to shift than what it was before. Now mine's just the reason why that's moving side to side is because the clamp isn't properly on, so there's definitely more force in it. Another thing too, would just make sure that it sits in all the positions it should do. Mine has done, and you can hear it too. Now it's supposed to be really quiet, but it'll move a lot for me, so that's probably why it isn't. But yeah, that's you pretty much done with it. So what I'll actually do now is I'll throw a little bit of footage of the shifter actually in action as well, just so you can kind of see how it is compared to normal. Another quick thing as well, the only thing it doesn't change is the side to side motion. It does for this way, so the only bad thing about this, I suppose, is okay, actually it doesn't, my bad. But yeah, just for sequential mode, just be aware of that. That doesn't really change anything. Like, it's not going to be any better than what it would have been, so yeah, just be aware of that. Don't forget to leave a like in the video. If there's anything that didn't seem to go right for you, just don't forget to just leave a comment down below, and I'll see if I can help you. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to sub as well, and yeah, I'll see you for the next video.